We have fun. I've said it before at the top of the show. There's always something that happens right before we hit the airwaves. But we're here, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. And welcome to Punchlines. Punches for the jokes and lines is for the betting lines here at the Sportsbook in Las Vegas, right here at the South Point Casino. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Right behind us, this is the best shot right here. And T-minus 6 days. In 6 days from now, it's going to be a zoo here. And where will I be? Amongst the animals? That doesn't sound right. But in the zoo, I was trying to do a zoo analogy. Anyway, I'm going to be everywhere during the Super Bowl, going to all the parties. We're going to file some reports. It's going to be a fun week here. Listen, I'm not going to horse around at all. The teams have arrived, but our favorite team has arrived at the South Point. Play this beautiful video. There they are. Look at that, Alex. The Clydesdales are here.
I love it.
Look at the smile on Alex White's smile on her face. Listen to the sound. Everyone at home's like, well, if you'd shut up, we'd listen to it. It's the clopping of the horses, ladies and gentlemen. It should be exciting. They could bring some beer, but the only thing they brought today is, ladies and gentlemen, they brought him back. Ryan McCormick is back, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. Oh, look at that. He brought a hat. What does that say, girl? That's your girl dad hat.
Girl dad.
Are you going to wear that? Look at that.
Girl
and dad. I noticed your tie.
Girl dad.
Your tie is pink, and your tie's pink. And I wore
and
a
you
pink
have
t-shirt.
pink.
I purposely woke up this morning and said I'm going to wear a pink T-shirt for little baby Aubrey Brienne. I know her name, Aubrey Brienne.
Yes, Godfather.
And again, what's that?
I said yes, Godfather.
Yeah, no, I remembered. I'm going to get choked up. Ryan, I don't know what it entails, but as an Italian, thank you for asking me to be Godfather. Which, by the way, this is the first time he's talked. I've mentioned it, like I've been teasing about it many times on the show. He hasn't written any. This is the first time he's acknowledged my insanity. Anyway, Ryan. By the way, Alex White is here, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday, so of course Alex is here. I always look forward to Mondays because Alex is here, and it's the day I shower and shave for the week. So that came off. I shave for the week. I shower several times and knows the routine. Ryan, tell us about Baby Life. Ryan was texting me last night, Alex. What happened?
Why do I know your
I don't know, but you know my schedule when I shower. Alex, by the way, Alex, how was your weekend? You're a little under the weather.
Under the weather. I'm better.
Okay.
Had to get better. It's Super Bowl week.
Exactly. You got to power through it.
Yes.
Got to take some echinacea. Didn't they prove that doesn't work? Anyway, Ryan, let's talk about you.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I think echinacea doesn't work.
Okay.
Anyway, so you're a dad. First week of being a dad. How's it been?
Yeah. Well, apparently, Paul says my nipples look swollen.
Oh my gosh.
Rita Paul said that?
Yeah. No, but it's great. I love her.
Excellent, Paul.
Tiff's been a champ, taking care of her.
Yeah.
I mean, she's done a little bit more than I have because I'm a little bit of a heavy sleeper. So
yeah. Now, how heavy of a sleeper are you? You're saying you don't hear the baby screaming.
I'm not gonna specify how heavy of a sleeper, but Tiff knows. Tiff's been great.
This is very strange that he doesn't want to talk about his heaviness of sleeping. Are you a light sleeper or a heavy sleeper?
I'm a pretty heavy sleeper.
I don't know. When I'm drunk, I pass out. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like in the middle, I think. Here's the thing.
I would say so too.
If I hear my dog go,
oh yeah,
it's like the army barracks. I am out of that bed like a nuclear war. I'm like, the dog's gonna throw up, get him off the carpet. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get him to the laminate floor. Okay, you can puke there. That's fine. Go ahead, egg yolk it up. All right, and then I go back to bed. I can fall back to sleep.
You even clean it?
I do. I'm very OCD. I have to clean it first, right? Okay. But I try to clean it with my eyes closed. You know how you do that?
Yeah.
When you use the restroom in the middle of the night, you're like, I want to stay asleep. And you do that, and then you realize you're urinating in the tub. That happens.
Oh my gosh.
My mom has a famous story. When my mom will be on the show eventually, she will tell. I remember a story. Her and my dad going, Frank, and I was like, Mah! And I was using the tub. I was 17 years old. It was like 5.
And you weren't drunk?
No, no, that was 15 was heavy days. No. So anyway, what's it like being a dad? I mean,
it's an absolute blessing.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got so much support and so much love for her. It's been great.
I saw your mom on TikTok,
yeah,
Ashley, who watches the show all the time.
Very excited to be a grandma.
Strange that me and your mom are friends on TikTok, but she's going by
Mimi.
Mimi, that's very cute.
Yep.
And sorry,
oh, you're okay.
I saw you guys went on a little walk already with your dogs
Yes.
and took Aubrey out.
Yeah, we took her on her first walk, and it was kind of raining outside, and then the next day it was sunny, so she got good amount of
A little of
vitamin
both.
D.
Oh.
Now, wait a second. I didn't see the walking video. Where was the walking video?
It was Tiff posted on our Instagram story, and I shared
Sorry,
that.
me and
I
Tiffany
was
are
going to
friends.
say, wait a second. I'm like, was this sent to a group chat that I'm not a part of? Oh, I'm going to take a
The
sip of tea.
FOMO. No, it's been great. Everybody's very excited.
That's very cute. Yeah, she's adorable. Congratulations, Ryan. We missed you. It's good to have you back.
Good to be back.
And by the way, it's not like he stopped working because we'd be in the middle of a show. I'd look down. There'd be like 5 comments from Ryan. It would be like Joey B, Minnie Dar, Tommy, Ryan, Bob Dell, Reno Paul. Let's see. Oh, Bob Dell. I wouldn't make him the Godfather. Mimi McCormick, says Matt Everett. That's cute. That's Mimi McCormick. That's very cute. And then, I wouldn't make him the, hey, Del Pizzo or Delmont, whatever. Bob, shut up. All right. Anyway.
Did you miss any shows, Ryan? Or you watched them all, basically?
I tuned in for a couple minutes for each show. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I watched most of our shows. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Dedication.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dedication. Yeah. And by the way,
It's the best thing on TV.
it's the best thing on TV. And he would
nothing's
send me
better than the
ideas.
12 o'clock
He's like,
hour.
hey, did you see this? Did you see that? So he was always helping. You can't, you take him out of the producer's chair. But you can't take the producer out of the chair.
You tried
That's
that the
not
first time, and it
No, I never get that right. You can take the boy out of Pittsburgh. You can't take Pittsburgh out of the boy. See, that's, oh, Jerry's not here. I'm going to say, oh, where is Jerry? He's on vacation.
he's in happiest place on earth,
He's in Florida?
Disney World.
Disney World, yeah. Right. So,
Florida?
He's in Disney World.
Florida, man.
Florida.
Please get back
Specifically,
safe, Jerry.
That one region. Yeah, Jerry, we miss you. I'm sure he's probably watching the show.
He is
It's the
enjoying
last
life.
thing he's doing. So the Clydesdales, now you're very excited about the Clydesdales. We saw the video of them coming. One of them, phrasing, one of them will be in the sports book
Yes.
on Thursday. Have you been here for this, Ann, where they parade him through? Ryan, have you ever seen this?
No.
Caden, there's going to be a horse
First time.
in here. So they bring it in like Thursday at Clydesdale, and you're all
On the
into
new
this.
carpet?
Well, Thursday I might be at Radio Row,
Oh, you might be.
and CBS is.
All right, Caden, can you get up on a
spot,
Clydesdale? We're getting you up there, Ryan.
But
He's a new
Wednesday's
father.
open, right? And Wednesday's open to the public, and they'll have a media day. So I will be there.
We're
for that.
going outside here, or in the barn. Okay,
In the barn. Before
In the
or
barn.
after Punchlines, we got to go check it out.
done. We're going to see the Clydesdales. I want to see the Clydesdales horses and thank them for all the beer they make. They make the beer. Is that right? They stomp on the barley and hops, and then the beer comes out. Yes, you are correct that new carpeting will be put in, and then they're bringing the Clydesdales.
Yeah, it's over here.
New
now.
carpet is
Right
creeping. We've
outside
been
the
talking
studio.
about
Yeah.
this. New carpet is that new out there yet?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
creeping our way.
Yep.
I don't know when they do it.
Well, I mean, when I walked in today, they had this area blocked off with caution tape.
Yeah, well, that's because
We
I'm
done it.
coming, and I like to have
Yeah.
I like to have
Have
it
to keep it
roped
clear for
off so I don't
Nicotero.
get bothered.
Right.
Alex, she gets it. All right. So anyway, listen, we're gonna have a great show today. On the show, the return of comedian Butch Bradley, who will probably be here any minute. Not only his return to the show, but his return to America. He will talk about that. Plus his 2 residencies here in Las Vegas. He's at the LA Comedy Club, and him and Brett Ernst, another friend of mine who will be on the show. They do Sunday nights at the Kimmel Club. So don't go anywhere. It's going to be an amazing show. And he has a story to tell about a commercial he did for the Super Bowl. My only clue is his royal purpleness was involved.
It's also the Super Bowl that the Bears lost.
That is, because it rained at halftime during this man's performance. I just gave it away. Prince. Have you ever seen the tribute show, the
There
Prince
we go.
tribute show, Purple Rain?
No, I haven't.
Are you a Prince fan?
Yeah.
Okay, we have to. Whoever wants to go, I know the guy. I've seen him like 10 times at like 10 different hotels.
I know. a
They're
guy.
at the Tropicana. We got to go before they implode it. But I'm sure he'll move around. It's an unbelievable show if you like
Date's
Prince.
already set for that too.
April 2nd?
I think it is the 4th?
April 2nd's the
Second?
last day, I think,
Well,
for the Trop.
that's when they like the last day that it's open. I think
Right.
the demo day is a little.
Not
bit
till the
later.
end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're going to be inside covering it. We're going to be inside the demo. I want to get a good shot. They said, yeah, you can come in, just wear a helmet. So anyway, Alex is here. I have Alex's intro. It's A&W. It's an A&W day. We're talking about sports betting analyst, and I've added this to your intro. 2-time national champion, Alex White. Let's include that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you brought your rings in. Very impressive. And we both kind of took the weekend off betting, right? You didn't do much?
No,
You were under the
actually,
weather
it
a little
was-
bit?
unfortunately, I spent at least 12 hours prepping for Saturday's basketball games, and then I didn't make it to that show. But UConn was my big bet. So that was basically it for me.
They look
this
good,
weekend.
don't they?
They look really good.
Every year it's UConn. I've lived that my whole life when they were in the Big East against Pitt. They're always good.
Tar.
But North Carolina beat
And,
Duke.
and North
Tar.
Carolina, yep.
What? Oh,
Heels.
he's doing a Tar Heels chant.
Tar.
So you're wearing a
Heels.
pink tie for your daughter and blue for the Tar Heels.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no. I had a lot of things to debate today. Could have worn my Bellinger jersey for 82. Could have worn some Carolina stuff because.
Oh, wow. That's right.
Fluke, yeah.
All right. Well, you just mentioned it. It is show number 82, ladies and gentlemen. Show 82. Now, we took a break from our collages that we love so much because the 60s and 70s, a lot of linemen, not very exciting, not very sexy. I'm sorry, linemen. You make all the money. They say they're the smartest guys on the team because they have the most to learn.
They do not make all the money.
They make all the money.
They don't make enough money.
They don't make enough money.
Yeah.
Sticking up for linemen. There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, show 82. So I know you made a collage for 82. I know there's someone in particular I'm excited to see. I see who you put for the pound sign, but that's fine. All right, let's go. That's very acceptable. Number 1, Jason Witten. Jason Witten, Dallas Cowboys, right? Probably a Hall of Famer eventually. I don't know if he's first ballot, but he'll get in. He retired, went to the Monday night booth, right?
Yeah, it was not very.
Was not good.
Not a Hall of Famer for that. No.
He was not a Hall of Famer in the booth, and he had a Hall of Fame hairpiece, though, for a while. I don't know if you remember. There was like each week his hair, he'd have like a full head of hair, then he'd have less hair, and then it would be back way more. That's what happens when you wear a helmet.
Bosley.
I was going to, Bosley. Bosley. So anyway, Jason Witten, great ball player. Now, John Stallworth's got to be there. I know Chris Andrews is screaming from the back. Better have Stallworth. So Stallworth's in the upper left-hand corner, black and gold 82. Look at the shoulder pads back then.
Right.
Those are insane. Because you think back in the day, they probably thought, well, more pads, the safer. Now they've engineered them where they're way smaller, way more streamlined, and protect better. But it made you look more badass, I think, when you had the big pads.
A little bit.
Did you have big pads in high school when you played?
Freshman year, yeah.
The big ones?
Yeah, freshman year they gave all the freshmen the equipment that doesn't look good. And then they slimmed out.
There you go. All right, next up, Dante Hall. Now, Dante Hall was Tyreek Hill before Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I made sure to put a Niner and a Chief.
Oh, very good. Wow, see, this is why he's the producer, Ann. You're Ann. Ann's over there. You're Alex. Dante Hall was a fast little guy, man, for the Chiefs. Drove you crazy on the field. Dante Hall, wow. That's a name I had forgotten. But then John Taylor for the Niners, number 82. You have him in the upper right-hand corner. John Taylor, we talked about this. In the Super Bowl where they beat the Bengals, he had the game-winning catch on that last drive. It was his only catch of the game, which I never realized. But then I guess when you have Jerry Rice on the other side, who are you going to throw to? You're going to throw to Jerry Rice. But John Taylor caught that ball, and saw Montana over the weekend, was on McAfee was talking about that, that game, that drive, and he's famous for getting into the huddle and calming everybody down and going, hey, look, John Candy's up in the stands. But John Taylor, great receiver. Jimmy Smith, wow. Jacksonville Jags, that guy killed the Steelers. Had a run of 1,000-yard seasons, very good. The next name, I want to hate this guy, but I liked him growing up. Ozzie Newsome, played for the Browns, didn't like him, but he was so good, you had to like him. And then he retires, and he goes and becomes a GM with the Ravens and wins the Super Bowl. Maybe one of the best GMs I don't know. I don't think he's a GM anymore. I think he retired.
Yeah. I mean, my question is that he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Smith isn't.
Jimmy Smith's numbers are incredible, I bet, if you look at him.
Jimmy Smith has 862 catches for over 1,200 yards.
12,000 yards, you mean?
12,000 yards. Yeah. And 67 touchdowns. And then Ozzie Newsome has 662 catches for less than 8,000 yards.
Yeah.
And 47 touchdowns.
But tight end versus receiver. Ozzie Newsome was a tight end, so obviously those numbers. And back then, tight ends weren't, it's like Kellen Winslow. But
right.
I think Ozzie Newsome's in also because of his GM career, too.
Right.
But he belongs. And then last but not least, why don't you take that final one right next to the pound sign? Or what do you call it? Hashtag, whatever.
2022, fourth round pick number 112, starting tight end for the New York Giants, San Diego State alum, well, becoming a San Diego State alum, Daniel Bellinger.
Daniel Bellinger, your boy, local boy, Vegas boy, your friend who's been on the
Palo
show.
Verde alum.
What's that?
Palo Verde alum.
Palo Verde alum.
There we
okay.
go.
But anyway, and was on our show. So we love that. He gets the coveted bottom right-hand spot.
Yeah. I told him his spot was reserved for this episode, but he's doing some training on a beach. Training on
the beach?
Right.
Yeah.
What beach?
Out west.
Oh, okay. Oh, you don't want to disclose. Yeah. California?
Popular man.
By the way, there's no beach weather. Okay, let's talk about our weather here in Vegas. This is not what people are expecting. All these people are coming in from the Super Bowl going, what the hell is this? What is this? It's like raining. It's going to be like in the high 30s.
And we had perfect weather last week.
Jeff pointed that out last week at our meeting. He's like, last week, perfect weather. This week, the most un-Vegas-like weather of all time.
Well, yesterday in LA too, right? That's where the Grammys were. And
torrential downpours everywhere. Santa Barbara's flooding. Did you watch the Grammys?
I actually did.
I did. I watched about 90% of it. I had to start it late because anyway.
So I didn't wear the jersey today, but someone special did for episode 82.
Oh, look at that. There's Aubrey. She's wearing Daniel Bellinger 82 jersey. Very nice.
Yep.
That's really cute picture.
That is cute.
Oh, that's really cute. Very nice. So very good. Special 82 show. Thank you, Ryan, for doing that. Very cute. All right.
Very good. You had no notes and you just rattled off all those stats on all those players.
I mean, I kind of look at that. That's like one of my favorite parts of the show because it's like, all right, he's going to throw these players up and I got to see what I know about him. Yeah, I don't like to be prepared on that. But when you've been around as long as I have, kid, you remember all sorts of things. Dante Hall. That was a big surprise. I'm sure there's some other 82s, but whatever.
Yeah, there's some.
Now, we're talking about the weather and how cold. Now, remember, it's my mom's like, oh, no, are they going to play in that rain and the cold weather? I'm like, Mom, it's a dome here in Vegas. So it's a dome stadium, so the weather really won't matter. But, I mean, it's people coming here in Vegas, people from back east, people from Kansas City where it's freezing. They're probably like, oh, it's going to be great to be in Vegas. It's not good weather.
No, and CBS, I saw their setup outside of Bellagio. It's beautiful, but, I mean, there's a lot of places that are set up outside too, thinking that they'd have a perfect shot there.
Now CBS, they're right at the Bellagio Fountain, right? And they got that as the backdrop. I saw like they have a Super Bowl 58 logo in the water.
Yes.
Looks really cool, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the weather, it's going to be brutal. Like the next 2 days are rain today, rain tomorrow. And then I think the high is like low 50s.
Yeah, it's this Pineapple Express storm.
What? Who talked about that? Someone.
I think it was Jeff.
What is a Pineapple Express? Besides the movie that we all think about.
I mean, that's.
All right. Thanks to the National Weather Center, Ryan McCormick. Ryan, tell us about.
I don't know why they called it.
The barometric pressure. It probably is like the shape. Well, I'm sure someone in live comments will tell us. Anyway, who is out there today? Go Heels, says TG. Need Alex's thoughts. Oh, okay. Now Reno Paul wants Alex's thoughts on the Nevada Wolfpack. Because Chris was wearing a Nevada shirt.
Yep.
They're having a good season, right?
Yeah. I mean.
Oh, there you go, Paul.
Ruckfino. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're the best in the Mountain West. I think that the Mountain West is doing what they do best, and they are killing each other on their way to their own tournament. So I think that the Mountain West Conference Championship here will be very important.
And I believe it was one of the guys on Jeff's show was talking about that maybe a couple teams could get in from the Mountain West into the tournament.
Yeah. It went
Several.
from projected
They're
5,
Okay.
maybe 6. Now it's down to like 3. So
that's not bad for the Mountain.
Which also, the ACC is only projected 3. And the ACC has some teams that should be in instead of others.
Who did North Carolina lose to a few weeks ago at home?
Georgia Tech.
That wasn't at home.
I was thinking the Pitt game. I screwed up. All right, go Heels.
They did lose to Georgia Tech though, but clearly that was a look ahead
Right.
to Duke. Now
Very much.
back.
Joey Bree brought up Martin Straka from the Penguins was number 82. Paul says it's snowing in Reno, sunny and 60.
It's snowing.
Oh my God.
That was a very stunned
It's
face.
snowing. Yes, the famous Dennis Evans quote. Do you remember? Were you here for that?
Yes,
When Dennis
I
Evans is on,
was.
and he's in his minivan, and Ryan goes, "Frank, it's snowing." And you're right. And Dennis goes, "Yeah, it's snowing." Anyway, sounded like Ryan was in it. He just wanted me to hear it, but Dennis heard it more so than I did. It's just one of the classic moments. It'll be, on our 100th episode when we look back at all we've accomplished. It is now. Speaking of the weather, it's National Weather Person's Day, and it's the National Weather Person's Day. So salute your local national weather person. There it is. As you can see, it's partly cloudy skies, sunny, partly cloudy, sunny, and it's
Thunderstorms.
thunderstorm coming up. Pineapple Express. There you go. It's also National Shower with a Friend Day. Yeah, Kane's eyes Kane just snapped up and went like that. Just take that information and do with it what you will. But just know that I'll be at the South Point Spa later today if anyone wants to stop over.
Just inviting anybody to be your friend.
Anyone. First person there. The invitation is out.
All right.
Jimmy could be the first person there, Frank. Just throwing it out there.
I just run it. Well, it's probably because it's raining out. No one wanted to come out. People don't like to drive here when it rains. And when they do drive, they're horrible drivers.
Yes.
No, I was shocked with the parking lot that it was pretty empty, but I remembered that it was raining, and
I have it. Something to admit. I valeted today.
Good. You can tip
Were there
the
a lot of
valet.
spots? Yeah, I always take care of them. I didn't want to get my hair wet. We have to go to Press Row today. Jeff and I are going to Radio Row. We're going to check out the setup, our South Point booth.
The parking garage exists.
Jeff said something about we're going to have to walk across a bridge, and I didn't like the sound of that already. I believe there is a parking garage. We'll talk to Pauls
for
about
media day? Or? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not getting wet.
But you want to shower.
I have a hoodie. No, my
okay.
hoodie. No, I have a hat. I have my South Point hat, and I have my North Face was kind of a rain jacket. All right. Let's get to posts with punchlines, ladies and gentlemen. These are always where, we check around, see what's fresh out there. This is fresh comedy, ladies and gentlemen. These are things that happen overnight. So the teams are here in Vegas. Neither had a very far trip, right? San Francisco's not that far. KC, maybe you took flight 1987 or 1989 or flight 87. Whatever American Airlines did, it was clever. Ryan, tell us about this graphic here and about teams traveling.
Yeah, so
Traveling West has been best.
The same account that we've kind of been looking at on Twitter, the fun follow, Jay Kuda.
Follow Jay Kuda. This guy, I don't know how this guy comes up with all this stuff.
Yeah, his mind is.
Thank you for
so
providing our show material.
But yeah, in the last 30 years, every time the Super Bowl has been played in between the two teams, one team traveling west and one team traveling east. Whatever, I read those backwards. The team traveling west has won, and so this year, the Niners are obviously traveling east, and the Chiefs are obviously traveling west, and so if that trend follows, may favor the Chiefs, along with all the waxing crescent.
Oh, don't get into the moons around Jeff or Vinny. They hate that stuff, but I dig it. So, yeah, so that says, again, all these factors, again, are coming to KC, favoring KC. Butch Bradley, by the way, texted me. There was a major accident, some traffic. He's fine. He took a picture, by the way. I will show Alex. I don't know if you guys can. It's just a rainy windshield. There it is. That's what he's looking at. Some sort of accident. Again, we were just talking about, so he's fine. He said he could call in for phone or be here by 12:25. So
that's what Butch is looking at.
Very good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get off your phone, Butch.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Butch, whenever you get here, it's cool if you're still on your way. But if you turned around, let me know and we'll video it. What? What did I do?
That's how Frank texts everybody.
Not all the time. I like to. I'm pretty. The voice to text is awesome.
I've never used it.
I don't use it.
Are you serious?
I don't use it.
Drew Dog? Now I know the answer to this. Ann? Oh. For sure. Wait, are you telling me it's something over 30 people use?
Over 50?
What? Caden, do you voice to text? Why would you not use voice to text? You talk into your phone, it prints it out with 98% accuracy. Once in a while, you write.
You say comma, you say period, you say exclamation point.
Yeah.
No, it knows you now. It knows.
It learns. It learns.
But you got to think like Gen Z, right? They don't even talk on the phone. So hearing their voice, even just sending a text,
plus
probably throws them off.
If you're around other people, then they get to hear what you're texting.
I know. I feel that way too.
I don't know what it's like to have friends. Yeah, but I mean, like in a situation where you're like.
That worked out very well.
It worked.
That was good. Situational.
Well, Frank, it works for you. All right, look, verbatim, punctuation, everything. All right, well, we'll see if Butch is on his way. We want him to be safe, as Ann said. All right, let's go on to the second one here. Another post. If you ain't first, you're last. So we're going to be talking about we're going to talk about props any second now. But this prop bet, this is the how many years is this in a row? Look
7.
at all these winners.
The last 7.
This is the last 7 first touchdown scores, Alex. You'll find this fascinating. So Devontae Freeman was plus 800. Alshon Jeffrey, God, that plus 1,200. He was a long shot.
Former Bear.
To be the first touch. Former Bear. The following year, also plus money, Sony Michel. And the Rams are like, man, we would have loved a first touchdown.
That was in the fourth quarter.
That was in the fourth quarter, that crappy game. Mahomes, plus 2,000. Plus 2,000 on rushing one in. You might want to look at that line.
Same as
Gronk,
what he is now.
plus 1,100. Little pass from Tom Brady there. Odell Beckham Jr., plus 900 on the first touchdown. So as you can see, the theme here, it seems like go with maybe not who you surprise. Now, Jalen Hurts, that seems like that was a low line for Jalen Hurts. I mean, how many he had like 15 rushing touchdowns last year, if not more. He had a record, I think. He was plus 650 to get the first touchdown. That's a bet you want to look at. We can pull out our prop section now, I guess. Hold on. Butch Bradley wrote me back. He also wrote Ryan McCormick. Okay, let's do a phoner.
What?
Should we do a phone then?
Here's
his email address. I'm not going to give it out on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, just be patient. This is patient. We're entertaining America here. So anyway,
Come down and get the
Patrick
jacket.
Mahomes was plus 2,000. Do you bet first touchdown ever, Ryan?
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
it's such a shot in the dark.
Well, for the Super Bowl, it's fun. What about you?
Yeah,
Alex?
I mean,
Is that
it's
one of
fun.
the props you've looked at? Oh, you did the shoulder.
Very, very rarely. Occasionally, I'll do a little pizza money. But so you're saying to go for a long shot from that
Yeah,
video?
let's go. Let's take a look at them right now. I figured since we looked at that, we would take some of them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you got to come down to the South Point Casino here. Take a look at this packet. It's stapled together. It's 19 pages. Chris is told 19 pages of props. You got to come down, get in early because the lines here, starting by Friday and Saturday, are
Oh
going to
my
be
gosh.
crazy. You know what? During the
Thursday
rain,
even.
come down during the rain, right?
Yeah.
And all the parties that are going to be going on, there will be other ticket stations, but you want to come down and get them in now. So there are players to score the first touchdown in the game, but then there's also players to score the first touchdown for the 49ers and player to score the first Chiefs touchdown. Okay. So I've been looking at these, and this is rotation number, starts in the 4200s, guys.
41.
4201. Actually, McCaffrey for the 49ers
That's for the 49ers.
is the favorite. He's
Yeah.
plus 180.
Yes.
I mean, that's probably a good bet. But I think we were talking the other day on the show, Brendan Ayuk, 9-2, so you're getting about 4.5 to 1.
Yep. 450.
Weren't you talking about Brendan Ayuk as the first touchdown in the championship, right?
Yeah. Against the Lions, that's who I liked.
Yeah.
But for this week, I kind of like George Kittle.
You do.
I
Your
do.
boy George Kittle.
Yep.
Now there's a great prop bet which we can get to. Kittle they're pitting Kittle versus Kelsey, right?
Right.
Because it's two of the best tight ends, frankly.
Most of these player versus player is a Niners player versus Travis Kelce.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a lot.
Everything's Travis Kelsey, who was not mentioned at the Grammys last night once
Not once.
by Miss Taylor Swift, who won several. By the way, she became the first artist ever to win 4 Album of the Years, which is pretty impressive. She was tied with Stevie Wonder and I think Paul Simon. So congratulations to T.
By the way,
Swizzle.
that's why I said off the air that she kind of messed things up because she went on stage and said, "This is my 13th Grammy." And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, here we go. That lines up perfect. Then
Right.
she won Album of the Year for the 4th time, and that was her
Exactly.
14th. So I feel like that kind of,
Because 13's her lucky number. This is her 13th game seeing Travis
That's
Kelsey
right.
coming up.
now you have your 14th
And by
Grammy.
the
What are
way,
we going to do with that?
And if you want to watch some funny videos on TikTok or on social media, the announcement of her new album dropping on April 19th, have you seen any of these? It's girls taping themselves watching the Grammys the whole time. And when Taylor Swift is like, so I have an announcement to make, and they're like, I'm dropping a new album. No! It comes out April 19th. Ah! Find one. Just trust me. They're hysterical. And there's not just one. There's several. April 19th, their new thing is called like Tortured Poets Society, something like that. There's a D in there. Tortured
Department.
Department of Tortured Poets,
The Tortured Poets Department.
Yeah.
which all Swifties are going to call it TPD. Tortured Poet, yeah, whatever. But anyway, if you come up with one of the fan reaction videos,
The best part is those are genuine.
they're genuine. Oh my God.
They're not acting
you know,
at
like you
all.
can tell some are faked when they react to like a big touchdown or like, oh, the Cowboys, and they punch their TVs. These are genuinely girls losing their minds over the fact that Taylor's, and there was a ding. I don't know what that was. Ding. The muffins are ready. Okay. But anyway, looking at I wanted to look at the Patrick Mahomes one, which I do have circled.
Okay.
So this is player to score first touchdown in the game. So he was plus 2,000. Yeah. The rotation number is 4172.
So 4174.
4174.
4174.
4174. Patrick Mahomes is 15 to 1.
Open 15 to 1. Yeah, might still
Yeah.
be.
So you throw $20 on that, you're walking away with what? $300?
I like that. And that actually goes with another prop I was looking at, Frank, that I'll tell you about. It says first touchdown scored in the game. Passing touchdown is the favorite, minus 160. And this is 3075. Any other touchdown is plus 140. And I think with the chance of having Patrick Mahomes
Yeah.
score or Christian McCaffrey or Pacheco, who
Yeah.
people are really scripting this very run-heavy game from both
Yes.
sides. With passing being the favorite, you're getting plus money here with any other touchdown.
In this
Kinda goes
day
with
and
that.
age, right? Yeah.
But I think that's a good bet on Patrick Mahomes' score first touchdown in the game as well. 15 to 1, or that plus money right there, plus 145.
All right. If we can go to rotation 3309 and 3311 right there, these are something I had circled first. Total rushing yards in the game by Brock Purdy. Total rushing yards in the game by Patrick Mahomes. All right. So you got two good pass rushes, especially the Niners, right? Mahomes is only 25.5 yards. That to me, now I know he's had some games where he's at 8 yards, then he kneels down at the end of the game and it's down to 2, and he doesn't hit. But in the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes is going to do what must be done. I think sometimes he throws the ball away during the regular season. In the Super Bowl, this man is going to do whatever he can to win a third Super Bowl. And I think sometimes it's going to be tuck and run, and he's going to do it. So that's Brock Purdy's rushing yards there. He's only 14 and it was 12 and a half. So it's gone up to 14 and a half, which means people are betting it. And again, this is a word to the wise, as Chris Andrews told us on Friday. You want to get in early on those.
Yeah, and those prices have flipped too. It opened 12 and a half minus 115. The under was 105, and then now it's flipped.
Yeah, so look at that, Purdy. So rushing yards by Mahomes, yeah, it was 25 and a half. It's already 28 and a half. So again, as Chris stressed on Friday, you want to get in early on these, right?
If you like the overs, definitely get in early. If you like the unders, wait it out.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to get the best number.
Yeah, but look who you're talking to. I missed out here, right? I should have got Frankie overs over here. I should have jumped in. But I feel like Mahomes, that was one of my stronger plays on the props because I feel like Mahomes, this is it. This is the last game of the year. He's going to go for it. He's going to rush. Purdy, I'm not as confident on, but 12 and a half or whatever it's up to now.
I like Purdy a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. 14 and a half. I like the rushing yards for quarterbacks. I think Nick Bosa, I think the Niners pass rush, Fred, I think they could force Mahomes to scramble more. I think 25, even 28 and a half now, or 25 and a half, I think that's good. I take Mahomes strong on that. What about you, Ryan?
Well, the one that I like is 32-23.
Okay.
The Chiefs to score a first half rushing touchdown, and that is plus money. It's plus 165.
Yeah.
So if the game script goes how everyone thinks it will,
wow, that is a really good one.
Yeah, what number is that? That's even better than the one I was looking at.
32-23.
Franco Harris, Michael Jordan, 32-23.
Okay.
And I sent you Butch's email.
That's good.
Did you get that on the text?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you?
Well,
And then
I'm just cutting the show here.
Oh, okay. Oh, you are directing. Sorry, I know.
and kind of going along with that one, 35-88 is Pacheco to score a touchdown before Christian McCaffrey.
Which number is that? Rotation number?
35-88. Pacheco to score a touchdown, or which one? Who scores a touchdown first?
Right.
So 87 would be McCaffrey. 88 is Pacheco. Pacheco to score first is 190 plus 190. So
I have that one circled myself.
I do too.
Yeah, I have that circled.
both of those.
Yeah. He's an angry runner. That's every time he touches the ball now they're like, he runs angry. We've heard it so many times.
Whole body moves.
What's that?
His whole body moves.
He does. But there's not a lot of running backs who are like polite when they run, like, oh, could you please move? Please, I would love to run. No. Yeah, they run angry.
Yeah.
But he does have a violent, it is a violent running style.
The ground shakes.
Now, going to that last page. So we're in the 3,500s on the rotation numbers. It's a lot of Kelsey bets. I have who will score a touchdown first in the game, Kittle versus Kelsey. That is rotation number 3591. I mean, everyone's going to
open
go
plus
Kelsey,
125
right?
on Kittle.
But getting Kittle plus 125?
Yeah, that's what it opened as.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, if he scores the first touchdown in the game, that could work as well.
You could get both. You're winning both bets.
Yeah.
See, I worry a little bit because I see them using Kittle more as a blocker like they do.
Okay.
And getting McCaffrey and Deebo Samuels open.
Yep.
And really utilizing him
So
in
many
that
more
way as a
weapons for
tight
the
end.
Niners.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And my game script that I kind of have, I think Kelsey's going to have a big first half.
Oh.
And that's kind of what we see with them
Yes.
in the big games.
We had 9 catches in the first half last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever, 9, and he had 11 total, and I think 8 or 9 in the first half.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, again, that's who Patrick Mahomes is looking for.
Right.
And they have like a telepathy that they know where he knows where he's going to be. He knows if Mahomes scrambles left, he's going to go this way. It's really amazing.
They pick apart zone.
They do.
And yeah, the Niners play zone
Pretty
often.
That's a good point because people are like, why is he always so open? He's not. He
doesn't
that.
have routes that he runs. He just finds
goes.
the open spot, and they know each other so well that they
finds the holes.
It'll be interesting to see, though, if the Niners do prepare for that and play a little bit more man-to-man right off the bat.
It's going to be. I mean, it's a pick'em game. Let's be honest. I don't know. Is it at 2 or 1.5 here?
It's 2.
It's at 2. It's a pick'em game. I don't know how you bet against Patrick Mahomes.
That's why there's another one I like on here for plus money, and it's 3 unanswered scores.
Oh,
the no on that is plus 155. It's 4-2 in the last 6 Super Bowls. One of those that it actually there was 3 unanswered was in 2020, these two against each other when the Chiefs came back and scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. So
Right.
I don't see that happening again. And because it is such a
30-65.
small spread, I think it'll be close.
Again, there's over 200.
Thank you.
We have over 200 props.
It's
so much fun to look at. Let's talk about the referee that's going to be working the game. We have the under zebra.
Bill Venovich.
Yeah. So go ahead and throw this up right here. This is the ref who's going to be working Super Bowl 58 just down the street from us here at the South Point. So go ahead and read that for us, Ryan, please.
So Bill Venovich will officiate Super Bowl 58. Over the last 10 years in Venovich-led games, the under is 97, 66, and 1. So 60% to the under.
Yeah.
And so a $100 better would be up $2,468. Most profitable of any.
Not a lot of bettors sit down and go, all right, who's reffing the game? I mean, not like for like their only bet, but if that was the only bet, and forget that you're doing any other betting, you're just betting on games that he's the ref. Hey, you're up. I like it. But he's to the under. So that's interesting. I mean, these crews, they do have a reputation, right? Some guys call the game closer. Some guys let them play, let the pass interference, will let a little hand grabbing going. This guy does not settle for that. So this means, actually, you know why the NFL wanted him? That means there's going to be a lot of penalties called to keep it on the under, more commercials, more money. It's scripted.
Well, in the AFC Championship, the head ref in that one was home favorites had a losing record.
Yeah.
And so the away team won.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, exactly.
Scripted.
We have to whisper. All right. So anyway,
an entertainment business.
Was there one more football one or no?
That was it for football.
That was it for football. All right. So, Alex is here. Alex, there's not a lot going on right now tonight in sports, so you don't really have any picks. We're just going to talk about some more props. Is there anyone in particular?
Hockey's back.
What's that?
Hockey's back.
There is
Hockey is back.
There's a couple games tonight, right?
That All-Star game was actually pretty fun. And the skills
I
challenges.
only watched highlights of the skills. Is it Connor McDavid or was it Austin? Who was the
Connor
won the $1 million?
McDavid?
Connor McDavid.
Yeah,
he won the $1 million.
Yes, my only bone to pick with that one is that he helped the league design
I heard that. Yeah.
So those are the workouts that he does in the off season.
Yeah.
How was that?
But it was things they've done in the past, and he just kind of was like, let's go back to fastest skater, and let's go back to this. Yeah.
The one-on-one was really entertaining.
It was.
Yes, it was.
There was a lot of cool stuff.
Did you see how much faster he is, though, when they set up all the pucks, and he went last?
Okay.
And the amount of time it took him to get to each puck and get a shot off was insane.
But by the way, how often does that fall on the same weekend as the Pro Bowl? That was like a perfect storm. I know they usually do it early February, so it could happen. It seems weird that they would allow that, or just
it kind of got hidden.
Yeah, from the Pro Bowl stuff.
Football's
and the Pro Bowl stuff, the tug of war, some of it was silly. The flag football.
I mean, most of it's all silly now.
It is really silly. I had the over at 140. So it hit. I'm joking. Final score was like 68, 70, whatever it was.
Well, yeah, because the point system, all that extra stuff got your team 3 points or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It's gone to.
All right. It's so let's see. There was a couple quotes. Asheville, North Carolina. That's where Tommy is. That's right. Radio O. We're looking at the Stern Show. I don't know if the Stern Show will be. I was listening to Stern this morning. I don't think he talked about. Bob Dell. Should I be on the radio? You should have been on Radio O, Bob. You and your sports
Marcos.
fan. And let's see, Pacheco. Oh, Kevin Belenkoff will be here on Thursday. We're going to have Kevin on Thursday. He's going to look at parlays. He's going to let us know the way he's trending.
Jerry in the chat.
Jerry's in the chat?
Jerry in the chat.
What did Jerry say? I can't find it.
He just said, yeah, I agree. we're a little far past that, so
Jerry must
not
be
exactly
standing in line for a ride right now. What is it? It's 3:30 in Florida.
So he's in Disney World, not Disneyland.
Yes. He's in Disney World in Florida, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Took his Employee of the Year trip.
There you go. Enjoy Disney. Oh, look at Joey B saying enjoy Disney. Daniel Pacheco said you're talking a lot about my cousin, Isaiah Pacheco. You're not really related, are you? I don't know. Probably not. I have no idea. Maybe he is. Who knows? I don't know. There's a lot of props. You got to come down here. Like I said, Joe D'Amico will be here on Friday. He'll be giving out some props. And he came down last Friday, and he came up to pick up his packet. 19 pages. No one does it better than Chris Andrews. So you got to come down here. And I labeled this with my name on it. It's in orange and yellow. I don't want anyone touching this. I did look at the coin toss. Chris was ripping on me for this. Tails and heads, they're both minus 102. So it's literally a coin toss. If we had that Farley coin, we could flip it right now. We would have known. Dare to dream.
Where did that one go? What number is that one? Because they also have will the team be right? Or
will the team be right or the other team that
yeah.
That's too complicated.
Well, so which team will win the
It's way
coin
too
toss?
complicated.
Which will it land heads or tails? And then will the caller of the toss be correct or incorrect?
You
have
can
all
bet
three
on
of those,
anything, man.
yep.
And then a lot of the weirder
Except for the
bets,
anthem.
like will Michael Jordan outscore the Niners? You know, when he played, I remember betting on that. I remember
cross
betting on
prop?
that in
Cross
Vegas
sport
in '90. It
props?
was
The
like
cross sport bets. So Matt and I are
what are
actually
they
going to
called
do
again?
the
Cross
cross sport.
Cross sport, yeah.
Matt and I are going to do a lot of these on Sports by the Book because those are his favorite prop bets, apparently.
They're
so
silly. Yeah,
so
they're
yesterday he's like, "Can you pick out 5?" And I was like, "You're really making me work here because now I gotta scrape all these stats and medians from these other sports too." But it was actually a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to going through those.
That's on
Basketball
Sports by
ones
the
are
Book.
kind of difficult now, though.
What'd you
'cause
say?
Basketball ones are kind of difficult now, though, because you don't know who's playing.
That's true.
So.
But the bookmakers are just so good. Like I did Caitlin Clark because I thought that would be a lot of fun, and it's like her points against Kelsey's yards in the first half, and like the medians are just.
Oh, when you said
Perfect.
Kelsey, I was like, Kelsey Plum?
Yeah,
Sorry.
that was my
Kelsey
first
Plum,
thought, too, yeah.
No,
Sorry.
your tab is
No,
Kelsey
no,
because
yeah,
Kelsey Plum is
Made
the
sense.
all-time leading scorer, and
Yep.
Caitlin Clark's going to overtake her.
Good job.
66
Yeah,
points
see?
away. Yeah.
Listen, Frank Murgy, who's been on the show, he constantly texts me anytime Caitlin Clark's on ESPN, which is like every game now, because she is a play. It's so much fun to watch her play.
Oh yeah.
And she gets mobbed. The road games are selling out. She gets mobbed. She's making I think she's making $800,000 a year. If she goes to the WNBA, the average pay is like 75 or 80. So she'll take a pay cut, like a drastic pay cut.
Massive pay
She
cut,
should
yeah.
stay because the number one pick is Indiana, but that would be a good place for her to play.
Why?
I don't know. Well, Indiana Hoosiers. I mean, she'd be a god there. She'll be a god
Yeah,
anywhere she
yeah.
goes.
I mean,
But they wanted to go to a bigger market, probably. But
right.
she'd
Yeah.
look good in an Aces uniform.
Yeah.
She would look
Definitely.
great in Aces uniform.
She'd look great. Boy, that would be great. But anyway, she's so fascinating to watch. All right, listen, we're going to take a 2-minute break. Is that cool? We're going to take a 2-minute break. We're going to come back. We have a couple more posts we want to show you. We'll talk some more props, and we'll find out if Butch Bradley's okay. We'll be right back in 2 minutes. Thanks for watching. We're not leaving.
Once you've satisfied your hunger, get ready for more of the hottest casino games in Vegas. Our 24-hour, 30-table non-smoking poker room proudly hosts all the most popular poker games with a variety of betting limits. Visit the poker room for a schedule of daily tournaments. Whether you're going to hold 'em or fold 'em, the best place for poker is at South Point Casino. You'll notice that our craps tables are usually the loudest in the casino. If you've never played, join one of our free craps lessons to find out what makes this game so exciting. Check with the craps dealer for schedules and give it a roll. Bingo is also an exciting way to spend your time. We offer 7 sessions of bingo every day. And each session includes a cash ball jackpot, 12 bingo games, a progressive double action game, and a $10,000 bonus coverall. Electronic units are available. If you haven't played bingo with us, give it a try today. Guests can also get in on the action at our one-of-a-kind race and sports books. 2 separate rooms designed to maximize your experience and comfort. Our sports book, with over 400 seats, puts you right in the middle of the action, 24 hours a day. The friendly ticket writers are happy to help, and it's conveniently located next to the famous Del Mar Deli, where you'll find supersized portions of delicious deli items like roast beef, pastrami, and Reuben sandwiches, or soups, salads, and pizza, plus spectacular desserts fit for a king. And right next door is the race book, over 150 seats, each with its own TV screen. There are 16 interactive player terminals, so you can bet right from your seat.
Welcome back to Punchlines. I am Frank Nicotero. That is Alex White, who will be back Wednesday.
Yes.
And you're pulling double duty today on Sports by the Book with Matt and Everett at 3 o'clock. Jeff Parles, he's off Mondays and Tuesdays now. Jeff and... Yeah, look at that. And just went, oh my God, Frank got all of that right.
Look at you.
Look at you. I did. Jeff and I are heading down to the Mandalay Bay Convention Center today. Radio Row's setting up, a lot of activities setting up. We're going to do a little recon work. We're going to head down. We got South Point shirts. It's going to be epic all week. We're going to try to go. And then Thursday, my favorite night is going to be Thursday, Ann. We are going to the Dollar Loan Center
Yep.
in Henderson.
Yep.
Celebrity flag football game. We don't know who's participating yet. Is Justin Bieber or Michael Bublé in that, or are they just too hot? Anyway, Michael Bublé still might not be all right. Alex sent me the clip. She's like, "Did you see Bublé?" I'm like, "Yeah." How funny is that? I mean, he was just.
I love that he brought up the Blades of Glory, though.
Yes,
I thought that was pretty funny.
And then later on that night, he's like, I was just playing around. No, you weren't. You're lying, Michael Bublé. Don't lie. We'll still buy your Christmas records. We still love you.
To say that in front of that many people, he was not lying.
Oh, my God. Yeah. He's like, look, I'm at dinner. I'm eating bread. I'm like, what does that have to do with coming down off shrooms? I mean, from what I've Googled. But anyway.
We have the roster.
Who are some of the celebrities that are going to be at the All-Star Celebrity Fan football?
My mic isn't working.
Okay.
But
I'll relay them. Tracy McGrady.
The Pointer Brothers.
The Pointer. Wait a second, Ann. We grew up with the Pointer Sisters. Who the hell are the Pointer Brothers? Okay.
DJ Pauly D.
DJ. Okay, I was on his show.
Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie. I tower
Justin
over him.
Gaethje.
You know that name?
Yeah, he's a UFC fighter.
Who?
Okay.
Justin Gaethje.
Okay, oh yeah, he's great.
UFC fighter, yeah.
Former Rebel Sean Marion.
Oh, Sean Marion, The Matrix.
Tracy McGrady is a captain of one of the teams, and then RG3 is another captain. So Robert
that's
Griffin
right,
III.
RG3. Chris told us at dinner the other night, RG3. I was very excited about that. You know he's going to look fly. Can I still use that, Caden? Fly? Is that looking fly or fire?
Deontay Wilder. They really put some UFC fighters in here.
Yeah, they did.
Wait a second. Is that a good idea to have UFC fighters and a nice, casual, fun flag football game?
Sean Stiletto.
Who's he?
DeVito's agent.
No, that guy, Tommy DeVito's agent's play. I thought it was his former agent. Do you hear the clock ticking on that
happened.
15 minutes of fame? It's at 14:50. Don't tell him I said that because we want an interview with him. But, oh, wow, Sean Stiletto. Okay, good.
And Willie Gault.
Willie Gault. Willie Gault was on Street Smarts with Andre Reed. So I have an autographed football from Willie Gault.
Very nice.
I'll be like, Willie, Frank Nicotero. I'll be like, who the hell? Security, get this guy security, get this little man away from me.
God, Frank.
He might. I think he's going to remember being on a game show. I don't know. Willie Gault
was he good at it?
He was. I don't remember who won. It was him versus Andre Reed, who ended up going to the Hall of Fame for the Bills. I don't remember who won. Maybe he probably will, but he was one of the fastest men. He played for your Bears. He was an Olympic sprinter, I believe, that then took up football, or vice versa. But Willie Gault he had a couple good years actually for the Bears.
Won the Super Bowl.
Oh, he was in the Super Bowl shuffle. There you go. Jerry Trevino, if you're wondering for the update on Jerry, our beloved Jerry, who works here, who's our content manager. Is that his title? Content manager? Is that what we call him? Okay, Jerry. I'm sorry if I got it wrong.
Super
Jerry. By the way, did I mention Pittsburgh at all today?
Yeah.
Damn it. He's probably got twice. Kane, stop keeping score. Did he leave and go, all right, Kane, I want you to keep track of Nicotero and his Pittsburgh references. He was in line for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad, and it broke down. So my brother and I are eating pizza.
What would be
watching the show?
The tick marks in the chat.
I'm sure it's coming next.
The Roman
I'm sure.
numerals, yeah.
Or he got on the ride, or he's busy eating pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, should we bring in Butch Bradley straight in?
Yeah.
He's here.
Yeah.
He's coming in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this man made it here through traffic, through rain. This is unbelievable. Butch Bradley has returned to Punchlines Agent. Butch, I can't believe you made. By the way, this is how nice of a guy Butch is. He sent photos and videos of him in traffic. Like, I wouldn't believe him. Of course I'm going to believe him.
Yeah, I was like, you're a comic. He's going to be like, right.
Yeah,
you know?
no. Butch, this is Alex White, by the way.
Hi, Alex. How are you?
Alex,
Pleasure
Butch
to
is
meet
very
you.
funny. Butch has a residency over at the LA Comedy Club over at the Stratosphere and Sunday nights with Brett Ernst over at Kimmel.
Yes.
How was the show last night?
Show was awesome. They're 7:30-ish.
Yeah.
Type people.
Yeah.
A little early.
Dinner crowd.
Have to ease them into my pain in my soul.
Right. Which,
You
by the
know,
way, I did a set with-
Suicide bomber joke didn't work. I thought it would. I started there to test the ground. You know what I mean? Blow something out, some life lost.
Right.
That wasn't good.
These people are Sunday 7:30.
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
By the way, I did a set with Butch over at the LA Comedy Club after you were here last time. And you went up, and I hadn't seen you in a long time. I just worked the crowd for 20 minutes. You had a fireman from a township. I don't know if you remember this.
He's an actor. I bring him in every week. Yeah. He's hard.
You were hysterical. You were riffing with that guy, just the whole crowd. Master of crowd work, so you got to make sure you see Butch Bradley. And Butch, you've been living in Vegas for how long now?
This is 5 years with the residency. And honestly, when I first got here, the club was upstairs and it was like in a strip mall setting.
Yes.
And I think I told you when I was walking towards the club, I was like, my career is over. I was like, wanted to run.
Right.
But weirdly enough, I had a little dream about a dragon. This is a little weird. Okay. But then he's like, this was originally the dragon room. And I'm like, there's hope.
Wow. Because they did put it down.
And then they went downstairs, became a $3 million room. It's gorgeous. And, and the fireman and I have been touring ever since. He
was from like Cook County, Georgia or something. I'm not making it up.
Yeah.
And the jokes flew. But I had to run home and show, but I stayed and watched like 45 minutes. I probably just missed you.
Oh yeah,
closing the show.
Well, you're amazing. You've always been amazing. I mean, just watching you in Hollywood and all, you were, one of my. I was like, oh, I know you. I know, when you get to Hollywood, and I was like, dude, I know you. It's just fun.
Amazing. Thank you for saying that. Now, Butch, ladies and gentlemen. So now you've been here 5 years. You said in Vegas.
Yes.
It's Super Bowl week for the first time ever in Vegas.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
How is traffic? I know Jeff Parles is already telling me he's like, well, Sinatra's closed. You got to use this or that.
Right.
I just use Las Vegas Boulevard for everything right now, but I know that's about it.
I shoot all the way up to Decatur. The higher you climb, but now they're working on Sahara. Like my secret routes have been infiltrated. Ever since F1, the roads, and then I think you mentioned it. There are cones everywhere. There's almost work sites.
Construction fest.
There's nobody there. They're just work sites for the future.
My theory is they have nowhere to store them, so they're like, just put them up on 215.
Right.
Put them up on 215. People think, they're adding a lane. We can get to a.
In like 3 years, we're going to
state flower.
They just what?
They don't put them up. They're the state flower. They
They're
just grow out of the ground.
There you go.
They are now, yeah.
So it's Super Bowl time. Do you have are you rooting for either team or do you care?
Yeah, I don't really. You know what? I was a kid with the Eagles and they just broke my heart so much as a kid that I just switched and I went Chargers because I like the lightning bolt.
Ann's a Charger fan.
I like the lightning bolt, and now I'm just like, I enjoy the games, but I don't really have no heart in the game,
Now, Alex, you're a native here of Vegas.
Right.
How different is it this week right now? Is there a lot? This week's going to be crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, the buildup has gotten us here, though, right? Because we slowly added teams, and we got the Aces, and then we got the Raiders, and then we had F1. And so, I mean, the buildup's gotten us here, but it's really exciting.
They're saying 330,000 people all going to Butch's show this week, by the way, before the Super Bowl.
Right.
330,000 people will be in town. The stadium holds, what, 80? 70 or 80?
Yeah,
so that means there's a quarter of a million people, I don't know, just walking around.
Right.
But how many people came here before we even had the Super Bowl? Because it was a destination anyways.
I was here in 96 of the Super Bowl. It was a blast.
Right? You just find your favorite sports
Also,
book.
they're betting, right? They're betting. They're here to bet. I think a lot of people are here to make money or be in that scene, have cocktails. Kimmel's, my show Sunday was bought out because these NFL, players, lovers of the sport just bought all of Kimmel's out.
Wow.
And they've got these incredible screens. So, Super Bowl's here. So no Butch Bradley on Sunday at 7:30.
That's right. Well, I mean, as much as we love Butch, I think the Super Bowl.
It's incredible because I was coming home last night and Allegiant Stadium had it up. It was incredible. Then going to work, U2 was on the outside of the Sphere.
Jeez.
So working in Vegas for 20 years, Vegas, after the pandemic in LA, New York fell. It is ridiculous. Even New York's quiet because New York used to be we're New York. We have Broadway. I was like, we have Adele, the Super Bowl, U2. I just had lunch with Frank Sinatra's back, By
the way, coming to the Stratosphere, I saw this going up the escalator. We might talk of the Night Ranger. I'm going to see
Right.
Oh, and I've never seen Night Ranger. I love Night Ranger.
Yeah.
Game's like, who the hell's Night Ranger? Look up Sister Christian. You'll know that song.
Sister Christian.
Let's sing the whole song. Cue it. No, all right.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Super Bowl ads are what people live for, right?
Yeah.
Commercials. People who aren't interested in the game, they might go, I just love to watch the commercials. You have a Super Bowl commercial story that I'm waiting for because you sent me the clip and I watched a lot of it. Now, we can show the clip. You can talk a little over it, or do you want to tell the story? How do you want to do this?
I'll set you up.
Okay.
It was fun. I was at the Laugh Factory at Trop was, as you probably remember, was Comedy Stop.
Right.
So I convinced the owner, Bob Kephart, to let me bring myself and 4 guys for like crazy money.
Right.
I was like, we're the greatest upcomers. Anyway, he gives me the week. It's me, Sebastian, Brett Ernst, and Steve Byrne. That was the show.
From Pittsburgh, yeah.
And some other guys would switch in and out, like Caparulo, Mike Young, and we were called No Last Call. So we'd go out. It was incredible. And the next morning, I get a call. Some guy's like, it's ESPN. And I'm always thinking, BS. I'm like, look, man, it's like 9 a.m. I'm fried. We got in 10 minutes ago. And he's like, listen, very serious. I have a situation. I need funny people. Are you guys good? It's for the Super Bowl. I was like, I have everybody you need. I have the whole thing. Like, I'm up rambling. And he's like, okay, I need you, tomorrow morning at the Venetian. And so I call Steve and Sebastian. Ernst was like, I got something to do.
Yeah, because he's
I was so crazy. And I'm like, whatever. So we get up. We're in like shorts and shirts. We go to the Venetian and not sure.
You have no idea what you're doing.
And we don't even know if it's real. We don't even know if it's real. We don't believe it's real.
Right.
So we went to bed early, like 3:30 a.m. Sebastian goes to bed early. He's like, you don't worry about where I'm staying. He's getting a manicure, weird. Like, he's like 60 in a 35-year-old man's body back then. You know what I mean? So I'm walking, and all these people are in suits all the way down the hallway, 180 people. And I was like, yo, are these guys here for the audition? And we're just mumbling. So we get to the door, we knock, and the guy just looks relieved. And we're dressed like bums. And he's like, come on in. He goes to the door, he goes, oh my God, nobody's funny. I need funny. And he sat us down. We riffed the script. We said, can we change it? He let us change it.
Wow.
We riffed off of each other. It was so easy for us. We're all buddies.
Right.
So we riff. He goes, okay, oh my God, you got it. But I have to spend the rest of the day interviewing these people because I legally have to. He said, so just leave. Don't act like you're excited. And, so we leave. Next day, we're at the Venetian in this giant room reviewing notes. We sort of understand how it's going to go. They bring us into the table, you'll see, and then they bring us out and they're holding us. And I hear screaming through the door in the casino. Like Beatles type screaming, which I've never heard as a person.
Right.
I hear like, and at first I'm like, that doesn't sound like danger. That sounds like the hottest man or woman is cutting through the casino. Right. It's Prince coming in, right?
Unbelievable.
So they come over to me and they're like, Mr. Bradley, and everyone's like listening, all of the players, the actors. We understand you're improvisationally, you're pretty good. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good. What do you need? He's like, can you come rehearse with Prince?
Oh my God.
And I had enough sense in the moment. I just looked at them and I went, you heard that. And I was like, but I was scared to death.
Yes.
So they bring me, I thought someone was going to be with me. They open up the sound studio and just shove me in there and close the door.
God.
And I was like, oh my God. So it's the set that you're going to see.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was freezing. I went and sat in the chair and I was in like this royal chair that I guess is Prince's. I don't know. It just looked warmer. And I was like, and I closed my eyes. I was falling asleep. They had me in there forever. I fall asleep. Tap, tap. I open my eyes. I go, you are Prince. And he just smiled. And funny, we all compared notes. He felt like he was 6'5". It is the craziest thing. I do not believe the height they announced him at.
Right.
I felt like the whole time I looked up at him, his power was off the charts. It's not normal. And I went to my seat and I said, I was smiling the whole time because I was sort of embarrassed. Like, he's Prince.
Yes.
I go, well, they asked me to read with you. Is that okay? And he's like, yeah. He's like, it's cool. It's cool.
God.
And then I go, why don't we just run the lines? We'll riff it back and forth. And you tell me when you're comfortable or to just get out of here,
Yeah, right.
or whatever, whatever, whatever you want me to do. So we riff. I made him laugh a bunch. He was so cool. I felt so comfortable. We do the commercial. and it was unbelievable. But Prince is there. So one of the actors is like freezing. He's freezing. We're nailing it because we're just buddies, but we're all frightened, excited. And I pushed the car at him. I made him laugh again. I got yelled at by the director, and this guy froze for the third time. And then he went, hold on. And he asked, he goes, person number 5, do you know the line? And the guy was like, I know the line. He's like, you're out, you're in, action. He got the line. We killed the commercial. And then Prince had 2 female bodyguards that were gorgeous, but they were bad. They were tough. I didn't play games.
Right.
And they came walking up to me, and they're like, Mr. He had his name changed at the time, and he was like, Mr. Arizona wants to know, what time is your show?
Oh, come on.
I swear to you. I tell him. She goes, do you curse?
Yeah.
I go, I curse a little. And she didn't give me a chance to go, I'll work clean, right? I'll do anything, I'll mime, I'll do whatever. And she's like, well, he said to let you know he enjoyed his time and he will not be attending because he has religious beliefs. And she turned and walked away. And then I heard through the whole casino,
yeah, that's the Prince scream.
That's the Prince story.
That is a tremendous story right
Oh
there.
my gosh.
The Prince story. And by the way, he's a Jehovah's Witness. He stopped swearing. He stopped doing profanity. He didn't swear. He didn't do any of the songs where he had to be dirty or anything. But God, could you imagine if you came out on stage and there's like Prince like sitting in the crowd?
It was right. It would have been amazing. But your brain is going so fast when you're with someone of that level. And I got to tell you, he had some weird thing. And I met Taylor Swift before. I did Carson Daly with her. They have that weird sort of, you're like, ooh, I thought I had talent. There's something like I believe in UFOs. Like maybe they dropped off Taylor and Prince and maybe Jesus, who knows, the whole crew. And they're like, help the humans, you know?
Unbelievable. And we're going to show the commercial. So let's say the commercial if we have volume on it out here too.
Okay, here we go. You pull up in a brand new yet old school little red Corvette. Lights come on. Boom, boom. Then we release 1,999 doves.
Swinging from a trampoline.
Sebastian.
With a safety net, of course.
And would you object to wearing a...
No, it was so funny when you told me that. I was like, what?
Lights come on. Raspberry beret.
Yeah, it was fun. It was
then that was a promo for his halftime show.
And after my whole career, my uncle's a huge high school Hall of Fame football coach.
Okay.
And I came home like 2 weeks later, and he was like, my friend said you're really doing well in your career. but that was it. That's the only time. I had like tons of TV credits.
Yeah, right. No.
But he's like, that was great.
Unbelievable, man.
It was
to
fun.
work
It was cool.
Prince.
Yeah, I just gotten to hang with him for like 15 minutes, but
Yeah.
he was so nice.
You
It was
had
weird.
one-on-one time with Prince.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
And
We had sex, but I didn't want to bring that up. What? I was in his chair. I had to do whatever I was told.
Right, yeah, that's exactly.
I loved every minute of it.
I saw there was a private show. We were shooting Street Smarts early 2000s. Prince is going to be at the MGM, this private show. We go at like midnight. He's going to go on at like 2. First one's there. We get these bar stools. People start coming. I'm like, all right, we still got our bar stools. Then right before Prince goes on, these 2 giant guys stand right in front of me.
Oh, my God.
Magic Johnson.
No.
It was Magic Johnson.
Oh, my gosh.
He's like, oh, I'm sorry. He goes, I'll give you a little. So he gave us like a little room. But I was like, who is this guy? What is this guy? Magic Johnson was there in front of me. So, and we got to see Prince do a little private show. And then I've seen him twice. But that is a hysterical story. Now, I know we're over time, but I want to include this because Butch is here. Butch, you just got back. Can you tell us about the trip you took? Because I know we have some photos.
Yeah. I'm on a weird short list for people who can have clearance to go into war zones. Wow. It's so weird. Jeez. Ukraine, the big gigs. Yeah. But I've been to Israel many times, and I'd been there during war. But I go to raise money for people who are affected by terrorist actions. You lose your mom, dad, brother, sister. The Kobe Mandel Foundation was named after Kobe Mandel, who was their son, who was a very funny young person, who he and his friend were playing outside in their small town.
Right.
And he was killed by terrorists. So it was so heartbreaking that Rabbi Mandel and his wife Sherry and the family started something to put positivity into it. So this, of course, is of historic account because Israel, there was a lot of discussion like you're going to bring in people for comedy. The other comedians understandably bailed. I've been to Afghanistan, Iraq many, many, many times in theater, in war. This was the highest of level I've ever experienced. But the beautiful part is if you ever went to Israel, it is the nicest place in the world. Like, I live in New Jersey. I can't believe people aren't angry at us. Like, I can't believe there's not protests like Jersey, 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 you know. And it is disturbing to me, the people protesting while they're hiding. I feel like if you called me and you were like, we were going to protest, and you're like, here, I got you an outfit. I'm like, this doesn't feel like we're doing the right thing. Yeah, I got to wear a mask and hide my identity. You're right. And you're like, here's $100, okay? And this is what you're going to scream, even though you don't know what it is. But as I move quickly through the serious topics, yeah. But Israel was unbelievable. It was. I was in. You know, you're considered an emissary, so they took us to all these sites, which like emotionally, psychically punch you in the chest. Wow. I was in Rahim, where the 394 people were killed while they were dancing, and heard the stories while there's like a gun battle about half a mile away in Gaza, and there's airstrikes, and the soldiers are gathered. They're gathering food. And these are just everyday mom and pop. That's what's crazy. Yeah. The Israelis are all family and loving and ordinary. And but all of us here have to put on uniforms and go. It's really a bizarre thing. But it was an honor to go. I was there for the October 7th victims, and it was incredible. I went, Brian Kiley, head writer of Conan and Ellen, Avi and Peter Berman, and it was incredible. But yeah, it's do your research. Go to Israel. I'll pay for the trip. You'll come back changed.
Wow.
Just one person. I can't afford more than one.
First one to chime in. Listen, I know it's raining in Vegas, so you're I'm learning that people don't really drive well.
I just saw. I get it. I'm like, look, I hope everybody's okay. The Catholic in me. Right. I'm like, I hope they're all right. But hey, I got to get to Frank's.
You got to get your punchlines. Frank and Alex and Ryan and Ann and Caden and Drew are all waiting. Well, listen, you made it through the storm. Tell us about, obviously they can come see you at the LA Comedy Club.
Yeah, I'm killing the weekend with Tiffany Haddish, who's a good friend. I think you know her from Hollywood as well. So I'll be doing that. I'll be doing the Strat. And just knocking out.
Where's the Tiffany Haddish show?
That'll be at the Laugh Factory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'll go there, do a spot with her all week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Nice. I'll do my 10. And then Sunday, do my 10, yeah. And
where the hell is the Laugh Factory going to go? I mean,
so the owner, Harry Basil, great guy, best booker ever. I love you. But he's moving to another location, he said quickly. They have 2 locations they're in the process of choosing. Okay. I don't think the factory will be there past April.
Right, because April 2nd is the last day, I think.
So if you're a comedy fan, that room was designed by Rodney. That's where he shot Kennison's specials. Go see this room. It's gorgeous. Yeah. It's unbelievable. It's got so much comedy history. So please go peek at that room and say goodbye and support it.
We sat in the Rodney booth. These guys came out when I was there with Shoemaker.
Yeah.
And Butch, we can't thank you enough. That Prince story.
Thank you.
Yeah, when I said awesome.
I wrote him, I'm like, I wrote him a couple weeks ago. Hey, if anytime you want to come back, your Rodney story was one of is our biggest clip on the show. So hopefully the Prince will do just as well. He goes, I have a Super Bowl story with Prince. I'm like, all right,
I got goodies. I'm looking for them. I want to keep in the high tier.
I love it, buddy. So make sure you check. And your Instagram is at
Butch Bradley Comedy. Yeah.
So look up Butch. He's very funny. Go see him at the LA Comedy Cabaret when he's doing his residency, and on Sundays, except for this Sunday, with Brett
Jimmy
Ernst.
Kimmel's, right.
Yeah. Which I'll be there in May, I believe. So that's good.
Brother. Awesome.
Thank you, everybody in the chat room. Ryan, welcome back. Ryan's girl just had a baby girl.
Congratulations,
so
Ryan.
Thank you.
He wore his pink tie in tribute. Caden, I know what you have to do after you got to cut that Prince story. We got to get that out there for the people to hear. And as always, thanks for directing Drew Dog in the house.
Drew Dog.
Alex, any last words from you?
Nope. I guess just stick around. 3 to 4 Sports by the Book. You can get the rest of our prop bets.
You and Matt are doing a lot of prop bets on Sports by the Book today. And you'll be back Wednesday. We're going to talk some more props.
Yes,
a lot of great guests coming up this week. Kevin Belenkoff will be here on Thursday. Joe D'Amico on Friday. Some other surprises coming up. We appreciate you guys watching the show. Thanks for sharing it. Frank Nicotero, Punchlines, live in Nevada, every show.